Hey, for the people who don't know me, my name is Becca. So I wanted to make a video about cutting and not the it'll get better video and all of that stuff because there are a lot of really helpful ones out there. Don't get me wrong. But I want to make more of like an active cutter sort of video and talk about like the addiction of it and the reasons behind why at least I do it. And yes, I have a mental illness. I have major depression, PTSD. I am suicidal, all of that stuff. But I wanted to make this video to talk about, how serious this kind of addiction can be. I've been in a psych ward, and going cold turkey from not being able to cut for about 5 days, I almost hit the wall. And when I got back, the first thing I did was go after my arms and my legs and just went to town because I didn't have any other options. I was stuck with, nothing that was going to hurt me, everything regimented. So, it's all bandaged up now. And if I can figure out how to do the pictures on it, I'll show you the before part. But, I know I have an addiction to it, but I want to talk about the control part. I cut when I'm upset, and I cut when I feel sad or I did something wrong, and a lot of that does come down to control, and I didn't believe it before I started, and I really thought about it and exactly why I cut. I thought it was just, depression was making me cut, and that was the end of it. But even when I wasn't depressed, I would put on a movie, get everything set out, and start cutting. And it became like a daily habit. And then after that, it became like a twice-a-day habit. And it just kept getting worse and worse. And while I've gotten a little bit better about how often I cut, I still very much, I wait for the thing to set me off so that I can cut again. And I don't think people realize how much of an addiction in itself it is, because people think, oh, well, you get over your depression and you'll stop cutting. And that's not always true. I got over my depression a few years ago, and I still had that urge, that need, that want, and I tried to ignore it, and slip of the wrist or slip of the hand, and I'd have cut my thumb, or I'd have cut my arm, or cut something, and I'd never thought about it before now. Even if I get through depression, and even if I get through suicidality, I'm still going to have to live with those scars. And they will be bad scars because I was too afraid to go to the hospital, and one of them went past the muscle. It's really deep, and it really did need stitches at the time. But I ignored it, and I'm, at least taking care of it. But it will be a huge, knotted, scarred, bad reminder. So, like I said, I wanted to do this video for the people who are still cutting and haven't quite figured out how to make it better yet. And I'm there with you. I don't know how to make it better yet. I am working on it. I am trying. But just like any other addict, I have stashes. I have stashes of things to use wherever I go. I have, all of my stuff ready. I have a substitute in case one gets taken from me. This isn't just I'm gonna get a razor out of the bathroom. I ordered scalpels from a medical supply store. They were like $5 or something. So I just I want, I guess, awareness as to this isn't just a depression. This isn't just the voices in my head schizophrenia. This isn't any of those stuff. It's its own problem. And it really should be treated like its own problem. I mean, if you have depression, you should treat depression, the cutting, all of that stuff as separate issues. I mean, they all may be combined together, but they're not just everything together. Um, and just putting this out there before I forget, anyone who wants to message me or needs to message me or wants to talk or go over it, vent, share your story, all I ask is that no negative comments, because like I said, I'm giving you my story, and my story is I have an addiction, and I have never heard of a cutting anonymous, but I'm sure that there might be someone out there. But I used to try and hide them, and I still try and hide them. And right now I'm trying to hide them because I did attempt suicide recently. And so I have a bandage on my arm. It's the one next to my wrist. But now that it's colder weather and everything, and there's no problem with me wearing long sleeves, and no one thinks twice because I want to cover up my wrist, I have started cutting on the rest of my arm. And I don't know how those are going to heal, and I don't know how I'm going to explain them away. But at the moment, that didn't matter. And when summer comes, I have no idea how I'm going to explain the ones on my legs, because I just went over them again and again and again until, I mean, it's basically just chicken scratch now. But I'm in this fight with you. I promise, even if you never talk to me, I would love for you to be able to stop. I will be right there next to you when you learn how to stop. I will cheer you on. I'll do all of that. And I guess that's it. I want a video out there where people haven't stopped, and they don't tell you things are better, and they don't tell you things are gonna get better. I wanted a video, which I couldn't really find, and there's probably one out there. I wanted a video that showed, the still struggling part. So I guess that's it. Message me if you want, or just take something from this video, if nothing else.